Whoa. See if I can get this camera steady here. I'm going to back a little bit here. Jennifer McCreath here. It is Sunday, April 25th, 2010, around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Just wanted to turn the camera on. I've just completed the 25th annual Big Sur International Marathon and wanted to give you a few thoughts. My day started out, well, last night I went to bed at 6 p.m., probably the earliest I've ever gone to bed. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can get this camera to raise up a little bit here so I don't have to bend down. Let's see here. A little sideways there, not, how's that? If I sit over here, there we go. This TV business is not easy stuff, but yeah, woke up at 1 a.m. and had a little breakfast, got myself ready, drove into Monterey and caught a shuttle bus at 3:45 out to Big Sur. Hung out at the starting line for about an hour and a half, about 5,000 marathon runners. They had excellent coffee there. Just as the sun was coming up, we lined up and started the marathon. I felt really good, I felt energetic, I felt strong. I knew that it was a very hilly, grueling course, and I knew that the sun was going to come out and it was going to be hot. I knew that my legs suffered extremely badly 6 days ago in Boston, so I was a little bit careful. I basically came out at about a 6 minute per K pace, and just to see how it felt, and it felt great. I kept going. Ran the first 10K in approximately 60 minutes, soldiered on, hit the 16K mark at precisely 96 minutes. Unlike Boston, I did not become fatigued. I felt strong. Where was that? That's right where the big hill is. Mile 10 to 12 is a massive hill. I knew I was going to have to slow down, and I did. I took it a little easier to get up there, but once we climbed that hill, it was smooth sailing ahead. On we went. The halfway mark is the famous bridge. I can't even remember what it's called. Hurricane Point, I think? I'm not really sure. Actually, that's the hill. Lovely bridge. They have a piano player there. So I crossed the half at 2 hours 13 minutes. Accounting for the hills, it's the equivalent of running 2:08, which is essentially where I was at Boston. But again, I felt pretty good. By, I guess another, backing up, there were 5,000 marathon runners, and we only had one lane on the side of the highway, so it was probably, other than Boston, the most busiest marathon. 5,000 people. Most of the marathons I run, or have run, have been smaller. So from start to finish, there are people running by me constantly, me catching up, passing them. They had other events too, so we would eventually catch up to the slower half-marathoners or 20-milers, whatever the heck else they had, and the walkers. Ran into a few people that knew who I was and said hello. That was kind of fun. A couple of the marathon maniacs said hi, which was nice. I guess kind of an interesting anecdote. There was this couple that was running together. They were almost naked. It looked like they were just wearing underwear. Big muscular guy, and then the girlfriend was kind of struggling, and she kind of stopped and stretched every couple of minutes, and it was kind of interesting. I kind of kept a steady pace, and they would run by me, and then they would stop, and it's kind of neat to see the same people from start to finish in a marathon. I hope they finished and did well, even though the girls seemed to be struggling a bit. And just like any marathon, you're going to see some bizarre, different things, shall we say. One guy ran the whole marathon while carrying a very large flagpole with a United States flag. He finished the marathon about the same time I did, so good for him. Lots of different bands out there, people playing music on the course, fans, a lot of support. The people handing out the Gatorade and things like that. Anyway. The second half was supposed to be easier, but it's really not flat. Hilly, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I guess earlier on, by about the 7-8K mark, I could feel my left knee, and I kind of knew. It's like, you know what? This just isn't going to be your day to run a fast marathon. Hydration management was excellent. It did, the sun did come out and it did get fairly hot. I went to the bathroom once at like the 1K mark. I guess I had a little bit too much coffee, but then boom, I didn't stop. Ran the whole marathon, except I walked a little bit of the hills there towards the end. But I had to slow down on account of the knees and the calf muscles. Again, my conditioning's not great, and you can just sort of sense when you're about to cramp up. You got to slow down, otherwise you're going to cramp in the legs, so I had to slow down. But at least I felt strong all the way through. It was frustrating. If my knees weren't, well, it's not really the knees that are the problem, it's the weight. I'm asking my knees to do a lot here, running marathons at the weight that I am, about 205 pounds. I know if I get back down to 165 where I was 2 years ago, I'd like to think there's no reason I can't run Boston qualifying a marathon again. So 213 on the front, 236, 237 on the back. I just got in ahead of 450, so 449 and change. I'm not really sure, I haven't seen my actual final result yet, but I guess on the bright side, that's about half hour. 27 minutes faster than Boston. Not that that's a huge accomplishment because Boston was a disaster for me, but I try to enjoy the scenery. It's tough. You're running, you want to see the sights, but I'm so focused on the run. I'm thinking ahead, thinking about the present kilometer, the next kilometer, hydration management, the knees, the muscles, everything. It's really impossible to enjoy the scenery when you're running a marathon. Now and then I'll try to lighten up and have a funny little comment. I just want to check the clock here. We are at 6:47. I know on YouTube you can only put 10-minute videos. I got frustrated. It was discouraging. That last 15 to 20K, it just sort of hit me. It's like, you know what, here you are again. You're going to run a marathon in a very slow time compared to where I've been before and to where my expectations are. Now running 4:49 on Big Sur, they say, equivalent to a flat course, add 20 minutes, so you could say that I ran a 4:29 if you bell curve it to a flat course today, which isn't too bad considering where I was last year running. Well, it's hard to say. A couple of 4:20, 4:28, 4:33. 1 year ago this weekend actually, I ran Waterloo in 4:33, but that was after running 2 the previous week instead of 1. So I felt disappointed. I was frustrated. I crossed the finish line. I felt disgusted. I just hustled in and out, grabbed my medal, went into the Boston tent, grabbed my special Boston. I better show these here. Big Sur International Marathon 25th anniversary medal, which is kind of neat there. And then as a bonus, since I ran Boston, I got this one here, the Boston to Big Sur. I got a nice jacket as well. Since I'm here, I might as well show the Boston one because that's rather important stuff. But and I got on the bus, or even before that, I just started crying because I guess the big question is, am I done? Is this the last marathon? Do I want to do this? Life's too short to be wasting time doing things you don't enjoy. I dreaded the thought of taking this trip. Back in January when I signed up, it was something I really wanted to do. Now I wasn't so sure. Well, I guess I'm glad I'm here. Everyone said you got to run Big Sur, and now I can say I did. The scenery was amazing. I drove the course a couple of days ago and stopped and took a lot of pictures. It is phenomenal. It's, I agree, a must run. If you're a marathon runner that takes this sport seriously, Big Sur International Marathon is indeed a must run. You've got to come and run this at least once in your life. How's that clock? I can't even see. 8:51. Okay. Don't have my glasses on. Don't have much makeup. Seems I'm not even putting my makeup on for these, but you know, I'm just kind of winging it, you know. I think I'm going to sign off here and do a part 2 because I need more time to talk about this one. Thank you for everyone who's watched this one, and be sure to click around and find part 2 of this post-Big Sur Marathon interview. So thank you very much for watching, and hope you see part 2. Bye!